spirit who wants to step forward that wants to help her deepen her spiritual connection. And then the second question is going to be, how does this ancestor see her? So I'm also going to be pulling, I'm going to pull from the Hoodoo Tarot. I'm also going to pull from the Rider-Waite Tarot as well, because I've been loving this new deck that I got. And of course, if I'm going to shout out another deck, I have to shout out my own decks. Okay? Supernatural South Oracle. And my mediumship deck, which I use in almost all my readings. This is like a ancestry deck plus spiritual gifts as well. So this is a really good deck, especially if you have clients and such. And then lastly, Mysteries of the Universe Oracle. This is my hand-drawn deck. And of course, all the links to purchase are down below in the description box. If anybody would like to purchase crystals, crystal jewelry, incense, or any other spiritual products, spiritual baths, as well as my services, I have all my links down below in the description box. Alright, so I'm going to be using actually this deck too, because I know she wanted to ask about hoodoo, like within her bloodline. I believe it was something like, how can she sharpen that? So we're going to see, is there a spirit who wants to step forward that had the same practice or similar practices? Okay, so I feel called for like my more southern decks, and this is one of them too. This is, I forgot what this is called, but it's like southern something. It's a oracle deck with like southern sayings. So I'm gonna use this one too, and I might possibly use the mediumship deck as well, because it's only right. This is like mandatory at this point. It's kind of hard to not use this deck. Lunar's, I don't got her in her bag right now, so no telling what she doing. One second, y'all. Oh, there she go. All right. She be getting into stuff. That's why I don't like her coming in my office, because, baby, Luna be on the fucking prowl. Okay. Y'all do me a favor and like this video for me and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. All right, I'm going to shuffle the music, see what energy we get.
Switch to Chrome to load your favorite sites fast, so you can browse with ease.
It was actually a song that was in my head. What's that Prince song? It was in my head before the reading. I'm like, why is this song playing over and over in my head? What is it? What was this song called? It's some love song, I think. Hopefully it plays. Let me see. Hold on, because I got to catch up on comments too. All right. Asha said, this is going to be good. Yes, Dex. Thank you, Asha. Mika said, yes, I've been going through some things. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope it gets better. I really do. Asha said that tarot deck is my go-to. I love that deck. I like the meanings on the card because I'm really more of an oracle reader, not really a tarot reader. But I do like using the tarot because it's like the meat and potatoes. But me, I really don't need the cards, so I'm more of an oracle reader because oracle cards are more intuitive. Okay. Yeah, Lunar, stay cutting up. Okay, let me finish putting on my rings. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and pray with the cards. Pray for my client, calling the positive spirits in her bloodline, and we're gonna go ahead and get straight into it. Make sure y'all like this video for me. Sorry, y'all. All right, Ashe. Let's get it. All right. All right, you ready, Naima? So the first question we're going to be asking, is there an ancestor who wants to step forward in regards to her deepening her spiritual connection that she's already built for herself? Let me go ahead and get my booklet too, because I like to read the meanings from this book, from the Hoodoo Tarot. All right. All right. So the positive spirits in her bloodline, is there anybody who would like to step forward and give her insights into deepening her spiritual connection? Is the video like freezing up on y'all's end? Okay. All right. So that's just her. I don't know why I keep doing that. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, Spirit. Who would like to step forward for my client? Give her a message into her spiritual connection, deepening her spiritual connection. All right. Two that came out. Spirit, just one card, please. All right. Two of coins. Okay, so this is a male. He's standing in front of like this, looks like an ocean to me, like waves rising. Okay, so the two coins are stepping forward. Give me insights into you, two of coins. Who are you? Give me insights into. Whoa, cards flying. Okay, died from mental illness. $1900s. So this is somebody. 1900s. Spirit, give me insights into you. Okay, stroke is also coming up, and the Cherokee Native American ancestry is coming up for this spirit, okay? So, the sudden interruption of blood flow to the brain, resulting in neurological damage. They're letting you know this is how they passed away or were led up to their death. Symptoms may include sudden weakness, numbness, difficulty to speak, and loss of coordination. Then the mental illness symptoms are depression, anxiety, mood, paranoia, or hallucinations. Okay? Well, somebody said, why is Quan in the hospital on his Snapchat? Baby, no motherfucking cap. No motherfucking cap. But yeah, I'm doing a client reading, so yeah. Drop me a comment. Make sure you watch the most recent reading I did on them, because I think that came up in the reading from 2023. All right. Anyways. All right, Spirit. So you're saying that you possibly died of a mental illness or a stroke, or these are the things that you dealt with in your life. So, sudden weakness or numbness, difficulty speaking, loss of coordination. Okay, interesting. So I'm going to read about him and tell you about him, and then we'll get more into his story, okay? All right, write down the angel number 123. Wait, that's not the right card. Let's see. I done told you the wrong number. Hold on. Shit. 131. I'm sorry. Write down the number 131. And remind me to read that at the end. Oh. All right. The Two of Coins. So this is definitely a water sign energy. Heaven knows I tried. Oh, shit. The music is definitely a little distracting because they screaming. But I think it's more of his energy, his story. Because this song is by the Stylistics. So these are men, if I'm not mistaken. So this is definitely from the male perspective. Okay. So the plant of the Two of Coins is seaweed. The image is the juggler rides a unicycle as a huge tidal wave rises in the background. He's drawn a circle of protection around himself in the sand, hoping that all will be well in the end. That's very, very interesting. Because he's basically speaking on, it's not about living in fear. This is what I'm hearing. It's not about living in fear because, you know, life is just going to pass you by living in fear, living in anxiety, living in mental illness, mental confusion, you know? So he basically wants you to continue with the protection, like the protection you know that you're doing within your mentorship, within, you know, just within, you know, your spiritual journey. You're doing certain things that bring about protection, such as your prayers, you know, your Bible magic. And then, you know, we just did the ancestor connection and protection ritual. So this is like spot on with what's going on in your life, what's going on within your spiritual journey. So his message is You know, now that you've done the protection, you can no longer live in fear. Okay. Now, think about it. You're asking about your spiritual growth, your spiritual journey. Okay. You can't have fear when it comes to that. You have to trust the things that you're doing. You have to trust the work that you're doing, the prayers, all of that. Okay. There can be no fear because fear is low vibrational. Write that down. Fear is low vibrational. It's no way around that. Fear is very, 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 very low vibrational. So we have to be very mindful of our energy and the energy that we put out, okay? So that's what I'm feeling the message is. Well, one aspect of the message, okay? So I'm going to read the rest of the card. So it came up upright, okay? So this is going to be the positive connotation, okay? A well-balanced life, having your priorities in the right order, splitting responsibilities, reliable partnerships, multitasking, and adaptability. So this is a really good card to get because if you look, this card actually reminded me of kind of like being balanced. That's what I think about because look, he's balancing on one foot and then also he's kind of taking I don't know why it's like kind of coming out like this a balance within his life of like he's taking a risk. He took a lot of risks in life. I think this person thought that he would die young. This is what I'm hearing. It's kind of like I thought I would die young, so I just live life to the fullest. And he's saying it got him in some pretty shitty situations, but he looks back now, he has no regrets. He has a smile on his face. Literally, this person is smiling. And so he feels like within his life, he was well balanced, okay? And he says that balance is very important. And also, I'm going to read to you the negative connotation so you can see the opposite effect, okay? So it says negative, failure to prioritize, disorganization, living paycheck to paycheck, carrying someone else's weight, too many irons in the fire, credit card debt, and inflexible people. So what this spirit is saying that he feels like looking at your life and looking at your journey, he's saying that y'all do have things in common, but he sees things within you that you've overcome. He's speaking about like the childhood. So let me talk to him more about his childhood and more about his life, okay? We have got to get together. Or baby, we're through. Oh, he feel like y'all need to work together. Let me see, let me use this stick. Give me more insights into your life. Family secrets. Yeah. He's speaking about this in his childhood. So when he said, look, water, this is no motherfucking cap. Okay? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So he's speaking about, okay, he's talking really, really fast. So he's talking about the emotions. He wants you to open up more of your life because he's saying that he was so blocked as a child because going through sexual trauma. He's saying that he had to carry that weight on his back as a child, as a young adult. That's something that like was like a dark cloud over him. So it's like this water here is symbolic. And he's speaking on the water. He says, don't let the water wash you away. Okay? Don't let the water wash you away, or don't have the fear that the water will wash you away. And when he speaks about water, he's speaking about emotions, sensitivity, and showing vulnerability. He's speaking now about vulnerability. He's speaking also about your relationship. He feels like you're in a good relationship. This is a partnership. This is an alliance, okay? He wants you to be more vulnerable and open up. And don't have fear of being hurt. Don't have fear that somebody's going to walk away or somebody's going to, lead you down, or lead you, what is he saying? Downstream. That's what he's saying, downstream. Somebody's going to lead you downstream. And he's also saying, you can bounce back from anything. So if something was to go wrong in life, you would still be okay. So that's what he wants you to understand, okay? I'm getting like a name like Tyrese or Tyrone, but definitely a Ty. So you can just call him Ty, okay? But he's saying like he lived to be like 46, but he still always had this youthful energy about himself because of the things that he went through in his life, okay? You know, he's saying, you know, he spent a lot of his younger years being so stressed and overwhelmed that as an adult, he just chose, well, it kind of started, he's saying like around the age of 19. He started just being out of control. Okay. But he says that he always had balance and he never took it too far. You know, he said it got him in some shit, but he never took it too far. And when he says that, he's speaking on like he never was a criminal or he never was in that type of light. Okay. He was just like, he gives me Joker energy. That's what came to my mind as soon as I pulled this card. Joker energy, but also the Fool energy, like the Fool card. That the Fool within the tarot, that's the first, if I'm not mistaken, that's the first card in the Rider-Waite tarot deck. And actually, I'm gonna read to you the Fool card because I have the little booklet right here. But he gives me that energy all the way. See, the Fool. The Fool heralds new beginnings, full of endless possibilities and potential. It embodies innocence and optimism, encouraging a spontaneous and trusting approach to life's adventures and opportunities with a sense of pure joy. Baby, no motherfucking cap. This is definitely spot on. Okay, so he's coming to you with that energy. He wants you to enjoy life more. I'm just gonna call it like I see it. He says, enjoy life. Let your hair down. He's definitely he has a Cherokee Native American ancestry. He wants you to connect deeper with those roots. He's saying connect deeper with your African American ancestry, okay? He's saying that it's a blessing to be black. This is what he's literally said out his mouth. So he does give me like a person who's woke, you know, somebody who always knew what it meant and what it stood for to be black. So if you're speaking or you're asking him about hoodoo, let's see what he has to say. But basically, I feel like he's saying, you know, even though we're not directly asking him that about hoodoo, I think that he's just saying that you just got to take a risk. You just got to take a risk in life. Life is about taking risks. It's not about playing it safe. He's like, you done that long enough. And he's saying, you know, from your childhood, he feels like, okay, this is what he's saying. He's saying like what you wanted when you were a kid based on your own trauma, which me and you have spoke about this personally. So I know this is spot on. What you wanted as a kid, you've done it now as an adult. You know, that stability, that feeling safe or feeling like secure, you did it. So he's saying moving forward, you can no longer have fear because you got to think of how much of in your head you've been all these years of just wanting to get to a good place in life so you could feel safe. But he's saying, okay, now that you feel safe, I need you to push the boundaries because life is meant to be explored. And that's exactly what the Fool card is talking about. Okay. Okay. So that woke energy is definitely coming through with him. Okay. So definitely write that down. It's a blessing to be black. And he's also speaking on, you know, spiritual gifts. And I wish more black people would understand how much of African American history, you know, is really embedded within our spiritual practices, even hoodoo, because hoodoo is exclusive for African Americans. Okay. So it's African American spiritual movement in a sense. So that is what he's speaking. It's a blessing to be black. And this is something I'm realizing in my own journey. It's like, yes, we go through a lot of hardships as black people. Yes, we have to overcome so much and we have to, you know, it's kind of like we have to look over our shoulders, but he's saying, you know, draw your line in the sand. Which side are you going to stand on? Are you going to stand on the side of fear or are you going to stand on the side of fearlessness? Baby, when I say he's reading you, he, he just snatched my edges with that. Let me tie my hair down a little harder because he's snatching edges, okay? And it's funny because look, the sand, he drew the circle, the protection circle in the sand. So he like, well, what is it gonna be? What is it gonna be? Are you gonna stand on the side of fear or fearlessness? That's gotta be the title for this video, because baby, he definitely he reading. Oh, this is hilarious. Okay, so we get what his point is, okay? So do you have any questions for him before I move on? Because I'm going to ask him, how does he see you, okay? Listen. She said definitely reading me.
Gives you the power.
Hey, can you do a reading on Carmen and Corey? Yeah, leave me a comment under one of my videos and drop your questions. I got you. But right now I'm doing a client reading. This song is about to be fucking screaming. Oh my God. The next song is called Chapter 6 by Kendrick Lamar. Listen to this lyrics, y'all. Young, wild, and reckless. Pray that we make it 221. Baby, no motherfucking cap. He wants you to just take this moment in, and he's saying, like, take every moment in. You know, don't just go from one thing to the next. Take this moment in and really take what he's saying to heart, okay? He wants you to be more vulnerable with those around you, because he says that the people that's around you, you manifested those people. And if it's people around you you don't like, then continue manifesting the people that you do want in your life, okay? It's all about being optimistic, not pessimistic, is what he's saying, okay? All right, so question number 2, how does he see you?
I'm glad we was able to talk about her fights and her issues. There's an even more important topic that we must discuss. The dysfunctional bastards of the Ronald Reagan era. Young men that learn to do everything spiteful. This is your generation. Live fast and die young.
All right, Spirit. Mr. Ty, how do you see her? How do you see Naima? All right, so you get the 2 of baskets. Actually, I'm gonna put these back because 2 came out. So just one card, Mr. Ty, one card. How do you view her? All right, you got the courting card. So I'm gonna just read this one because it came up right. So the way he's seeing you, you're in a relationship. But what this card actually speaks about, coming together with another person, but you have the maternal side and then you have the paternal side. Okay, so you have another spirit that stepped forward. So I'm assuming that Ty, he is on, because with this blue energy, I said maternal, paternal. So I think that, it makes sense because red would be more so for a woman. Blue is more so for a male. So that's just kind of how he just made me differentiate that. But basically, this is the two bloodlines, okay? And even if you want to take it a step further, it's not just 2 bloodlines. This could also be his side, your boyfriend's side of the family and your side of the family, okay? So this is kind of like what that represents, because if you look at the facial expressions, they're very much different, okay? So I would say the spirit that stepped forward, or that's trying to step forward right now, which I'm not really sure I want to get into, but this is like, basically this card is talking about when you're coming together with the person, making sure that your values align. And in the sense of like what he was saying at first, I believe that he does accept the person that you're with, because he feels like this person shows up for you and that's what you need, okay? So that's very important to him. But he wants you to understand that when you're coming together with the person, think about what you're doing. You're bringing together like a bloodline. And that's very important to like the elders, okay? So when it comes to hoodoo, what's important is there's like a hierarchy, okay? The ancestors, as you know, we honor our ancestors. We don't praise and we don't worship our ancestors, but we honor them. We honor their life and their legacy and the things that they did. Even if we might not necessarily have known them, you can still honor their life because, if they didn't come or their life didn't happen, then you wouldn't be here. Okay. So there's a sense of, there's like, how things used to be traditional back in the day. That's kind of how this is kind of how spirit wants you to be when it comes to, if you choose to get married to this person. I think that is going to be coming soon, but you're going to have to open up a lot more. Okay. And he's all in your business. You know what I'm saying? He's telling all your business. He's not saying that you guys are not close. What he's saying is he wants you to be more vulnerable, and vulnerable in the sense sharing more things about you, not being so guarded. Like, the person that you have attracted into your life, you manifested this person, whether you realized it or not. He's basically saying that you're safe. That's basically what this whole message is about, with the drawing the protection circle. So maybe you need to draw a circle around your house, because think about it. He drew a circle around himself on this unicycle. So you need to draw a line around your house. Okay? Very much so need to do this. This is exactly what you need to do. This needs to happen around anything that you're doing. You have to put, and this is what he's saying. I've never done this before in my own practice, but I'm about to start. And I have heard of this, but it's something I never did. But with him speaking, stepping forward, saying this, he's really speaking on, like, you have the power with your words and your actions to bring about a certain result in your life. That is what hoodoo is about, right? Taking a circumstance, turning it into something better. That's what it's about. When we talk about hoodoo and the basis of it, the ancestors, they did what they had to do, for protection. You got to think it was harsh times back then, segregation, slavery, racism, all the above. And there's a certain level of knowing how to keep things to yourself, but also knowing how to use that inner, like what he's saying is like using that. This is a similar message from your grandpa. Using all that dark energy and the things that have happened, the pain, the suffering, the mental confusion, using all of that in turn, turning it into something different. So when you're drawing that protection circle, you're thinking about, it's not to say you're thinking on the bad, but you're thinking about the goal, which is protecting yourself and your family. You're not coming outside guns blazing, but what you're doing is just the same equivalent. Okay. So do you understand what he's saying? It's like the power lies within you. The power lies within the things that you've overcome and the things that you've had to go through. That is what hoodoo is about. Just think about the basis of it. It was about, I hate to say it, but survival. So that's why we don't go into this for just trying to get rich or just trying to get a man, because it's really deeper than that, okay? So he wants you to understand that, the safety or the protection, yes, we pray and we ask God for this, but he's saying that's in your hands, literally and figuratively. Get your butt out there and do what you need to do around your house so you can have that protection. Whatever you feel called to do is perfectly fine, okay? The power doesn't come from what you're doing itself or the object, or let's say you want to put down hot foot powder. The power doesn't come from the powder. It comes from the belief behind what you're doing, the intention behind what you're doing. So he just wants you to be more intentional and more understand the power that comes from anything that you speak. Okay. So that's his message. Okay. How he sees you and how you're showing up to him from the spiritual realm, you're showing up with this partner. Okay. So I think that, this is signifying this is your person, but he wants you to understand, okay, well, if you don't, and I hate to say it, he about to read you for filth, so brace yourself. If you don't trust another person, the person that you lay with, what does that say about you? It's not about, okay, this person isn't trustworthy, because this person is trustworthy, but it's about, okay, if I can't find that trust within the relationships I've created in my adult life, what is it within that might be that disconnect? And from my own personal experience, I feel like not trusting yourself will lead you to not trust others. And also sometimes make you attract the wrong people because you don't trust yourself and your judgment. Okay? So take that in. Let's take a deep breath. Cause he's reading you, okay? And he's saying don't take it personal. He wants to be there for you, and he wants you to grow, and he wants you to receive the love and everything that you want in this life, not just money, okay? He's saying because you got to that point. You got that, okay? Sis, you got that, okay? Can we admit you got that? He wants you to take it deeper. He wants you to find emotional fulfillment in this lifetime, okay? If you look at this water card, it says, go near water. In my feelings about my money, emotions, intuition, imagination, sensitivity, emotional balance, intimacy, baby, intimacy, adaptation. So he's saying that, okay, I do feel like marriage is going to be coming soon, okay? Or a sense of deepening the connection because you're showing up with this person, you're holding hands, okay? The people here, which is representing you and him, y'all are blacked out. So I'm taking that as they're not looking at traits, or they're not looking to nitpick this partner or nitpick you. They just want you to look within that mirror. You know how I always speak about like twin flames, the twin flame is a mirror match. Well, if this person is a reflection of you and this is the person that you're showing up with, you have to trust what you have going on. And you have to trust yourself, okay? Because if not, it defeats the whole purpose of what you're doing, okay? So that's important. All right, Mr. Todd, do you have any more messages for her as regards to this? Because, yeah, you asked him how does he view you? He's viewing you with this person. Okay, yeah, he was reading you. So it says, aren't you precious? Suffering fools, disdain, displeasure, contempt, poking fun, read between the lines. So this is what I was just kind of speaking about. Oh, oop. Were you raised in a barn? Poor manners, lack of tact, discourtesy, impoliteness, social grace is required. So there is a little bit of judgment, but I think you can read between the lines on what they're saying. Basically with what I just said, it's like, don't take your lack of trust out on another person. That's something you're going to have to look in the mirror for, okay? But I believe that this person is a safe person for you. So, whatever that is that you're contemplating, that is it's a reflection of what's going on within, okay? So, let's just focus on the positive, okay? And understand with anybody, you're going to go through it. Not saying you got to suffer, but in any relationship, it's going to require work, okay? So just trust what you got going on, okay? Any more messages? Whoa. Let me play the next song. Asha said, that snatched my edges.
And a little thing I
Done chose it.
pepper bacon sandwich.
You good over there, Naima? This song is called Humble Pie, Next Time, by The Internet. So this song is making me kind of get a sense of don't miss out on your blessings by letting that trauma creep in, And it's just a reminder, on your journey, sometimes we have to readjust, make sure we're putting out the right energy, So they're basically saying they want you to improve on the things that you need to improve on, and nobody can tell you what that is but you. So, like they said, take a hard look in the mirror and don't miss out on your blessings. Okay? This message, and it showed up right on time because his energy is very strong. So I feel like there is a mother figure role that's stepping forward for him. I really don't want to get too deep into it, but there is an older woman, and I'm getting like the nudging of like, okay, this is somebody that wants to speak to him. And I really don't want to read somebody that's not my client, but I will pull one card and see what this person princess that's stepping forward for her partner? And what is your message? They're speaking about your relationship, but look, high vibrational spirit. And this spirit is definitely around him a lot because the card that was trying to come out, it said haunted house. So I kind of sometimes take that as, since this is a high vibrational spirit, this will be a spirit that is definitely around, physically around, okay? Like a guardian angel for him, okay? Possibly died of Alzheimer's. So do you know anybody that passed away from Alzheimer's? This is like a mother figure for him. The video is stuck. It's not stuck on my end. Can y'all see me? So do you know who this woman is? Who from Alzheimer's? But it's like a mother figure for him. You hear this? No, we don't have to talk for too long. I just want to know. But before I could leave, she walked over and said hello. When I say this motherfucking music be so loud, so I feel like the message is she just really wanted to, stop by and say hello. She didn't get a chance to meet you, and I feel like this spirit, and I'm not gonna lie, it's another woman. It's another woman that's coming from your bloodline that's showing up on this card, because this is representing. This would be the woman that's stepping forward for him, and then this would be the woman, whichever way. But one of them are stepping forward for you, one of them is stepping forward for him. So this is a total of 3 spirits that's trying to talk. And I don't have time to talk to everybody, but basically the message from her is she really wanted to say hello, and speaking on, you got to think about what I was just speaking to you about, courting and how relationships were back in the day. It was just more structure. And back in the day, you would go and meet, your partner's family. You would meet, the grandma, the mom, et cetera, et cetera. And so this is kind of just a way of her saying hello to you and, to him, even though I'm sure, this message is for you, but just know that she's stepping forward. And I would definitely ask, does he know, like, maybe a great aunt or somebody that was in his childhood that was like a motherly role to him that that passed away, okay? Let me see if there's anything else she wants to tell me about her. I think that she was born in July, because that's coming up for me. Like July is coming through, okay? Maybe July 15th, 2nd or something like that. July 2nd, July 15th is coming up. So just keep that in mind and write that down as well. Okay, so this is your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to the spirits who stepped forward for her. Thank you to Mr. Ty, and thank you to the other 2 ladies who stepped forward. I appreciate you guys stepping forward. You may go back to the spirit realm. Goodbye. But before she could leave, I walked over and said hello. Do y'all get it? Like, right before I asked, like, what do you want to share? That part of the song came on. Like, no motherfucking cap. It's just like an acknowledgement of like, hi, I'm here. I know you don't know me, but... And this kind of gives me like a sense of approval of the relationship. Because look what's on the bottom of the deck. 2 of baskets. This is definitely a relationship card. The sugar cane, making a person sweet on you. So definitely do something to... I think that she wants you to do something sweet for him. Look, ancestors. No cap. She wants you to do something. Girl! It's all the love cards that's popping up. That is, this is like same energy, the sweeting energy. So do something like make him a cake or cupcakes, brownies. Make him something sweet, okay? Everybody wants to feel appreciated. So just make something The song said you gotta love something. Baby, look. Wow, this is beautiful. I truly love what I do. I will say that. That kind of made me a little emotional. Any final words of encouragement that you have for her, Spirit? Look, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Self-love, relaxation, regeneration, safety within. Naima, safety within. Okay, hold on. Hold the fuck on. Because my, the workbook that I had just did for the sexual trauma, remember the exercise that I came up with for the art therapy? The woman in the spiritual bath that you printed out? Ma'am, with the purple candle, feet kicked up. Yeah. You have a spiritual bath, don't you? Because you definitely need, if you don't have the Cleopatra goddess bath, look what's on the bottom of the deck. Over yonder, focus forward, anticipation, potential, eyes on the prize, choices, and surprises. I think you might be getting married soon. That's what I'm feeling. Something to really, like, stamp this relationship, but you have to work on the things that I spoke to you about. The vulnerability, having more trust, and at the end of the day, if something bad happens, you're good. Whatever you're perceiving the worst, that's not gonna happen unless you keep thinking about it. The more you think about something, the more you're attracting it to you, okay? So we not gonna live in fear. We just gonna say thank you. Mika said congratulations in advance, okay? Period, point blank. Okay, so Spirit wants you to focus on the future. Focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Okay? And this was your reading, ma'am. Glad you enjoyed it. All right. If anybody is interested in joining my mentorship or booking a personal reading, purchasing crystals, spiritual baths, any other spiritual products, I have all my links down below in the description box. Thank you guys for watching. Please like this video. Leave me a comment down below, letting me know how you enjoyed it. I have another client reading right after this, so ladies, go ahead and hop on to the next live. Thank you guys for watching. This is Juju the Manifester, and I am out.